everyone, my name is Abimbola and you can call me Abimbola Forbes. So today here we have our very distinguished writer and producer Agiri Olawale.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Hi, it's such an honor to have you here, and I know you have a movie that you're currently working on.
Yes,
but before we go into the movie, can you tell us more about who Olawale is?
Okay, Agiri Olawale is a filmmaker, or rather would I say a young filmmaker who is planning to become a force in the industry one of these years. And I'm a writer. I have a certificate already in writing. I love movies a lot. I love to critique movie. I love mine to be critiqued. I love to play around while writing. I love a lot of things when it comes to movie.
Yeah.
So directing is not my forte yet, but then it's something I hope to explore. But most importantly, I'm a Christian. I write Christian songs. I just love when things are perfect when it comes to my industry, my work. That's basically who I am.
That's literally so good to know, because I think you are a walking piece of art. It's going to be so difficult for someone to see you and tell that you are not, into theater, and that's really beautiful to know.
Yeah.
Okay, now coming down to the movie Ègùn.
Yes.
So what makes this movie special? Like, what do you want people to anticipate? Looking forward to the premiere of this movie.
Ègùn. God, the movie, at the point I was like, did I actually write this? Because I thought about it. I'm like, the final day of the shoot, I was thinking, in fact there's a video I'll post probably maybe after this interview. I was thinking, I wrote this down and people actually came together to act it out. Do you understand? So I was thinking, at the point I started crying, I'm bored. Is this really happening? So the movie all started with the first time we did that sex mirrors, we wanted to just play around, but this time it was more serious,
intentional.
I planned to sell this. That was the plan. The plan was for someone to buy this at the Ègùn, but then the deal got cancelled, and I needed to produce the movie this year. And yes, I have several works I could have produced, other ones I could have, we could have shot. But Ègùn really struck my heart. It was something I really wanted to do. So I told the crew, I was like, okay, let's do this. Even though the budget was really overwhelming, but we started. We did the screenplay, storyboarding. I did the storyboarding myself. We did a lot of things. But then the success, that is the final day of the shoot. Even till now, even though I've not seen the full movie, but I told the editor that I'll take my time to.
I know, right? It can be overwhelming.
If I see the full movie, but the trailer came out well, and trust the word, they really accepted it, and I'm really glad.
To be very honest, we really accepted it, because I accepted it on behalf of everybody, and I can see that every other person really accepted that movie, and I must really commend you for that.
Thank you very
so
much.
Now going on to my next question, because when I saw the trailer of the movie, and especially the faces on the flyer, it kind of showed me that there was some intentionality that came to picking those people. So how was it like picking the cast for the movie? Was it like you had, you saw this person, like, I know you can fit to, or you kind of had a character, I just wanted anyone to fit into that character, and they did it exceptionally well, because I know, of course, we should not expect anything less than excellent. So how did the casting go?
So basically, I don't know, I'm not really conversant with how Nigerian filmmaking, when it comes to casting, really works. But I know in the US, in Hollywood, basically, there's actually like a casting director. In Nigeria, the little I know is somebody randomly is the one who is saying, this person can maybe because of this person has done that role before.
Or the personality.
Or in Hollywood, there's actually a casting director that knows that the eye, the personality of that person, the other movies this person has done, or how this person looks, or if this person can actually flow. So one thing I want to do for my master's or even PhD is actually become a casting director, because I've realized that aside the fact that I know you can deliver, beyond that, I know there's something inside of you that can bring that another role. For example, someone who has played a mother in a particular movie people would think she might not be able to play daughter again. But if I see that person, I'm like, you can still play daughter.
Yeah, yeah.
So when I was doing the casting, I was very specific. From the lady who did the major role, one of the major roles, I was very specific on complexion, on height. These are the things I really want audience to focus on, because the height, complexion, the way they spoke.
Yeah.
So even people would question, why did this person not do the major role? But then if you look deeper, you understand why, if you watch deeper. So I was really strategic. I was specific on those I used as the father figure, those I used as adult figure. Even the person who played the queen in the movie, she's not really an adult, but then she could deliver that role, because I know she could deliver. Because I do script reading a lot with my actors. So during script reading, maybe the person is supposed to play, the mother is not around, and I say, okay, the person who is going to play is not around, but you try. So during script reading, this person tries and she's delivering well. On set, I might decide, no, let's switch roles. So I was very, very specific.
Okay, like that's right, because I think it's one thing I've also noticed, in the Hollywood industry and compared to Nollywood. Nollywood has a thing for, if this person can do this role, you literally see them doing the same role almost all the movie, and it kind of like inflicts on their personality, because you just assume this person is for this. Unlike when you watch Hollywood, you be in Hall, and one person can literally do many. I really like how you make that into your movie. That's a really beautiful thing. So now my next question is, what inspired the movie? Most times when people act movie, it's based upon personal experience, it's based upon what is going on in the country, or maybe what you heard or something like that. So what inspired the storyline behind this movie?
Okay, first of all, I need to put this out there that my movies are, or for now, till maybe when I decide to change again, or when the company decides to change our style. But for now, all our movies will be fictional.
Okay.
All our movies, B.O.J. films will be fictional, not based on anybody's life story. Every movie will be fictional. So this is also a fictional story. But when I started writing, I thought about it that people are always trying to, teach how to be this, how to be that, always pointing out the problems in the society, always pointing out the problems, going on with the rich man's son, the poor man's daughter, and all that. They're always trying to point out the problem, but who is actually giving the solutions? Who is pointing out the consequences that actually happens, that befalls if you do this particular thing? What are the consequences? So I thought about it that let me write a movie that speaks on how consequences befall whoever does a particular thing. Now, not just anybody, but for sons and daughters of the high and mighty, what befalls them when they do. So when a rich man's son, does something, nobody's actually going to question him. Oh, son of so and so. But then this inspired the story that I want to speak to the high and mighty. I want to speak to those that have money, they have this, they have that. When your children do so and so, what will befall them? How will it affect you as father figure or as a mother figure?
Well, that's a really, really nice storyline. I'm really intrigued. I can't wait to see the movie. So my next question is going to be coming behind the screen now. We've already established that this movie is going to be mind-blowing, and for once, I'm really anticipating this, and I'm hoping that every other person with listening is also anticipating likewise. But now let's come to the back of the movie. All the effort that came into putting all of this together. So walk us through the process. What was the highlight for you? And I think we are going to take it together. Like, what was the highlight and what was the challenge like? Because I'm very sure we had like some points where you got some rewards for the movie, and also some times where you felt really overwhelmed. So give us a quick story of how all of that went.
Okay. So with let me start like this. Last year when we shot Sex Nails, we used 200,000 naira.
Wow.
To shoot that, and it came out the way it came out. But this time around, we shot it over 2 million naira.
Wow. Wow.
Trust me. We had to buy some things. Some things could not be borrowed. We could not rent something. We just have to buy it, because of next time we don't have to buy it again. We have to buy them. We have to borrow some things from quality places, especially the costume. That's why I don't know if you noticed on the trailer, you see the costumes that we're really putting on. They were not just anyhow costumes. You have to get really good. costumes. So that's that. Then the rewards, according to your question, that the joy I had when shooting the movie was every crew and cast knew what they were supposed to do, and they made my work easier.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do.
As a director, people, director is doing this, is doing that. There's a popular director that will tell you, oh, she's also the makeup, she's this. Not because there's nobody to fill in that role, but because she just has to, put them through another. I did not have to do all this.
Yeah.
I had people who were capable. Yes, we are all growing together. Most of the people behind my scenes most of them were students, most of them were people who are still growing, they're not so professional or they're not in the limelight yet. Or they knew their roles and they acted well in their roles. So they made the work really easy for me. For me, that was like the reward I got. Everybody from the cast to the crew. Then also the challenges I got was that few days to shoot, in fact like 2 days to shoot, the main DOP who was supposed to shoot canceled on us.
Wow. 2
days to shoot the movie canceled on us after like months of preparation. Okay, I had to quickly, although God intervened. Then some of the cast, about 7 days to telling me, they could not be available anymore. In fact, it was the major role, told me she's no longer coming. Why? She does not feel like anymore.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying? So, for me, at that day when I got all this, the funny thing is they came at once.
I know, right? I know, right?
So it came at once, I was like, God. This sound that trained the one time, God, I'm big. That was how I was.
I know, right?
I was married like, God, I'm big. I was just, but then God came through and this stuff.
Honestly, I can so much relate to the both of the aspects, having people cancel on you and also having people fit into a role, because one of the best things that every producer would always desire, I would always be grateful for, is having people who understand the assignment.
Yes.
They're just coming in, you're not coming in to burden me, you get the roles, just
I did not have to say
that was really good. So if you are part of those people that canceled on us, we are coming for you respectfully. Okay, so my next question is going to be, this movie now, Ègùn.
Yes.
Normally, anybody that listens to that hears the title of this movie already knows that this is a Yoruba setting.
Yes.
Right? So I'm going to ask now, for people who are not so conversant with Yoruba culture, do you think it's something that they'll be able to relate with? That's one. And two, were you so particular about making sure this thing kind of like sinks into the culture? Like, were you trying to make sure that when people watch this movie, they can see the cultural perspective, they can see the cultural background, they can relate to the names, like in all of those things. So can you give us?
Because I have taken writing courses and how to become a good writer, how to become a good director, we're very specific about the names we use on set, names of the village, names of some idols, names of the people, the cast, the costume, the kind of costume they wore. For example, you cannot be shooting a movie that talks about Abeokuta people and you're not wearing Agiri in the movie.
I know, right?
So we're very, very strategic about that. We're specific about that. And also, when it comes to writing, we wrote it in a way that even if you are not Yoruba, you would understand what the story is saying. Because every culture, every tribe, every ethnic, they have rich people. They have the high and mighty there. So they have children who might be unruly. You understand? So when you watch the movie, you would at a point forget that you're watching a Yoruba movie. You will relate that, okay, this is actually talking about me, or about my son, or about my sister. You understand? So we only use Yoruba to interpret or
to deliver the message.
Yeah. Because I'm a Yoruba and I am big on my culture, very big on my culture. But I tried as much as possible to make sure every tribe we watch and they will understand it. Even though one of the major plans we're having is to have the movie transcribed or translated to different languages, especially French, because we're in the Republic. You understand? So it is, let me say 99% sure that you would watch as a non-Yoruba person and you would relate to the movie. It might not be a personal experience, but you'd be like, maybe this is what happen to chief son of chief so and so,
Yeah.
or my elder sister, brother, uncle, stuff like that. So,
Yeah. Okay. When I really like that because I'm actually asking these questions based upon our non-Yoruba speakers, who probably might be like, because I'm very sure some people that struggle to even call the name of the movie, talk more of watching it, and wondering, wondering what it is about, and that's really good. So I have just one more question, and this is like my final question.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about the movie now, I know you already did your job, you did your due diligence, and you're proud of all the things that you worked on. But do you think there is something that you probably wish that if you had to tweak, you probably want to do it again? Do you think it's something that you would like to correct?
Okay. Well, I would say everything is really good already, and
we know that.
But if I was to say, when we started writing the script, I reached out to stars in the industry, about 2 major stars in the industry, and because of fee, they could not work with our budget, so they could not come. If they had been around, so how they like spice? Not because now B.O.J film is about inspiring growth. So I love to work with people that are growing.
Right.
But it's not because I want to use their face to like sell the movie or anything. But
I feel they will just add some level of experience and personalism.
So yes, I had people who were experienced on set, but they're not in the limelight.
Yeah, I understand. I understand that.
I just wanted that sort of this person was there, so I've had it.
Yeah.
Fine. The next movie we are shooting, which is already planned, even though we've not even seen this one yet.
We can't wait to have
we already have a star that's willing to work with us, But if there's anything I want to switch, maybe the location. Maybe the location. For me, I would not even lie. The location that we shot this movie was about 70% for me. The crew, this was okay, but it was not really what I drew on my story.
So was it like you wanted something extremely native, or
I wanted the location to be like really, really back then.
Okay, you wanted to give 1990s. Yeah, I get that.
So what we got was what we had money for, or rather had access to. Although the location was free. Shout out to Man of God.
Yeah, we actually coming to that point. Actually coming to that point because we can't but tell that a lot of people actually put in their time, effort, and money into this. So I'm going to leave Olawale to do all of that shout out. So please give a shout out to all the supporters we have.
Okay, I would love to give a shout out to Pastor and his wife, Pastor Kenny George. Thank you so much for your support. I would love to give a shout out to my mom. God, that man is a blessing. Do you know my mom is actually moving? You don't know.
Yes, I can't wait to watch it there, and I'm so much excited.
Oh, my mom, shout out to my mom, shout out to my sister. Even though she had 2 babies, she had to be around. She was always around. She was a makeup artist on set. Shout out to all my bosses. Oh God, I can't start mentioning names. My PM, the crew, everybody, even to my cast. Thank you very much. Even to students who supported financially. Thank you so much. Shout out to the person who gave us costume. I love you all. Thank you so much for your support. Shout out to those who are already planning to support the premiere. God, the premiere is going to be huge. Okay,
I cannot wait.
It's going to be huge. Shout out to all of you, and we love you. Thank you so much.
Alright guys, that's all you've heard from Olawale, and I cannot wait to watch the movie, and I'm also sure that you're also participating in the movie. So guys, we're going to send out more information regarding this movie, and you should be on the lookout not to miss out. Till then, see you guys. Bye.
Bye.